So, good morning, ladies and gentlemen, distinguished guests. I firstly would like to thank Island Innovation for the invitation to speak today and for their efforts in organizing this event. It has been a pleasure listening to the previous session on responsible tourism. We are encouraged by such forward-looking discussions, and we are also I would also like to congratulate the hosts of the COP this year, the United Arab Emirates, for a successful COP beyond imagination, for the amount of funds that have been invested in loss and damage to eradicate tropical diseases, financial pledges, and towards the net zero goals. Putting our money where our pigeonhole in the right pigeonholes, and hopefully operationalizing this money as well. Situated in the heart of the Mediterranean, Malta has been a melting pot of civilizations for centuries, and our island's rich history is testament to its resilience and adaptability. With a typical Mediterranean semi-arid climate accompanied by high population density, addressing stresses addressing stresses to natural resources is top of our agenda. Our sea is inextricably linked to our history, but also our legacy at the United Nations. Science is what guided Malta to propose climate change as a common concern to humankind, as well as spearheading a law of the sea at the United Nations. Today, as United Nations Security Council member, our commitment is just as strong. Rising sea levels driven by climate change, along with other ocean related climate security risks, are a daily constant reality for low lying coastal states and SIDS worldwide. Science forecasts that up to 1 billion people will be at risk from coast specific climate hazards by 2060, and hundreds of millions will be displaced by 2100. This pattern is only set to increase if no action is taken. Women and children, including girls, often face the brunt of these climate induced adverse manifestations, with devastating impacts on family survival. Increasingly unpredictable weather patterns and reduced freshwater access disproportionately impact women's small scale agricultural livelihoods. Such impacts also disproportionately endanger the physical landscape of each island and low-lying coastal nations and the very essence of their existence. Coastal erosion, saltwater intrusion, and not to mention complex legal questions arising from this threat are among the few urgent concerns that must be addressed. Malta has always maintained that the far-reaching associated security implications of this threat deserve the attention of the Security Council. In this vein, we proudly hosted a high-level open debate on sea level rise during our Security Council presidency in February of this year, which saw the participation of over 70 delegations. By addressing sea level rise at the Security Council, we not only formalize the issue at the highest organ of the United Nations, but also discuss the broader inextricable nexus between climate change and global security. Related to this is Malta's ongoing efforts within the recently established Coalition for Addressing Sea Level Rise and its Existential Threats, otherwise known as the CSET. We are very proud to be one of the champion countries of this coalition chaired by Germany and Tuvalu, which aims to advance a collective and holistic approach towards addressing sea level rise. We are resolved to be the voice of states and communities most vulnerable to this existential threat. Moreover, it is amply clear that the issues created by sea level rise run through the heart of state sovereignty. Threats to territorial integrity and associated rights that may threaten stability and security. Malta fully supports the ongoing efforts of the International Law Commission, particularly that of its study group on sea level rise. Malta also supports the ongoing work for resilience building with regards to disaster risk reduction. Undoubtedly, such challenges inevitably imply the need for us to strengthen our response mechanism. Through the proper use of available data and technologies, we will be in an even better position to increase our resilience and preparedness to such climate change impacts. Malta's support for SIDS is far reaching, and SIDS remain one of the key priority areas in our foreign policy. Recently, Malta was honored to be one of the recipients of the 2023 SIDS Partnership Awards, which recognize the value of SIDS scholarship partnerships, an initiative between the Ministry for Foreign and European Affairs and Trade of Malta and the University of Malta's Islands and Small States Institute. These scholarships are designed to bring together the academic excellence of the University of Malta and scholarship candidates hailing from SIDS. This initiative aims to address the challenges and opportunities faced by participants in line with the framework of the 2030 Agenda Goals, the Samoa Pathway, and the Sendai Framework. Prior to this development, Malta had served as one of the co-chairs with Antigua and Barbuda of the UN Steering Committee on Partnerships for SIDS for 2020 till 2021, and as a chair of the UN Second Committee at the 76th session and subsequently as rapporteur, all UN fora that deal with substantial sustainable development issues, including those relating to SIDS. Moreover, we have been actively engaged in the study towards the development of the multidimensional Vulnerability Index as a member of the UN high-level panel that was established for this purpose. In an effort to address the challenges faced by small island states and SIDS, Malta launched the Islands for Islands initiative to cooperate with other small island states on these challenges, with the first project being to scale up Malta's water management experience to other small island states and SIDS. Our most recent cooperation with Antigua and Barbuda is one such example, which seeks to reduce the national water demand while simultaneously broadening the water resources base to enable an efficient water demand to be reliably met. The availability of sufficient water resources has also historically been a constant challenge for Malta and its social and economic development. My country recognizes the peculiar water management challenges that small islands face through their insularity. These challenges are exacerbated by sea level rise, in many cases due to desalinization of soils and farmlands and saltwater intrusion into aquifers used for drinking water. Thus, facilitating effective adaptation measures in island countries is essential to ensure the continued availability and sustainability of our freshwater resources. My country has undertaken several initiatives which aim at ensuring both the quality and quantity status in line with EU's Water Framework Directive. Further to this, as part of the European Union RBMP LIFE project, Malta has also developed a toolbox of water management measures addressing the main challenges of many arid, small island states. In conclusion, Malta stands in continued support as a contemporary voice in the global dialogue in climate change and ocean security. Let us all work together to adapt to common climate challenges and collectively scale up our efforts in securing a brighter future for upcoming generations. Thank you.